Hello, my name is Sally Pinto, and I'm the Program Director for the Yonkers Newark Neighborhood Naturally Occurring Retirement Community. We serve seniors 60 plus in Northeast Yonkers. We are under the auspices of WJCS and the Yonkers Office for the Aging. We also have a resource specialist and a nurse on staff. We conduct virtual programming in partnership with the Yonkers Public Library on a daily basis. Enjoy the program.
Computer. All right, so now we can get our partner Alexis to do the formal intros.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, my background is a little loud this morning. Can everybody hear me?
Thumbs up.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Good morning. I'm Alexis Smith, the resource specialist with the Yonkers Newark. Happy Monday. We serve seniors 60 plus in Northeast Yonkers, but under WJCS and Yonkers Office for the Aging. If you need to know more about community resources, benefits, or need referrals, I am here to help. And my information will be in the chat. Sally Pinto says hello to everyone this morning. She's upstairs. She didn't get to log on as yet. We work with several great partners such as the Yonkers Public Library, and we have the Crestwood manager, Z Baird. Good morning, Z.
Good morning, Alexis. Hi, Helena. I'm so excited. It's another Monday. I can't believe how quickly the Mondays just keep rolling in and rolling in and rolling in. But the most important thing is that we're together, that Helena is filling our resilience toolkit with wonderful journeys and experiences that we can return to time and again, and that we have an incredible wellness community in you all. So I encourage you to visit www.ypl.org, our website for recordings of this and other programs, streaming, audiobooks, movies, ebooks, and more. And also a big thank you to our partners in the Newark. We're very, very happy to have them. And I'll give it back to you, Alexis.
Okay, without further ado, we have Coach Helena. Thank you, Helena. Thank you, everybody, and have a great week.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alexis and C and everyone else. I like the idea of a wellness community, So the aim or the goal is very clear for this group. We're looking for wellness. Okay, I'm just gonna. So today we are, as you know, I work with the elements, or that's how I organize the classes. It gives us some structure, a little bit of certainty. In yoga, we play with the idea of being comfortable with uncertainty. And it's a balance between certainty and uncertainty. So to be able to relax in or lean back or relax into uncertainty, I think some kind of structure could be helpful. So I've chosen the structure of the elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. And today we are in water. Water is also connected to the second chakra, somewhere by your navel. Connected to creativity, the reproductive system, the fluid like the kidneys, the circular system. Also connected to winter. Satish shared with us here earlier that he was outside in the cold last night with his daughter watching the full moon. I love it. Okay. So I honor my body and treat myself respectfully. So if this mantra, if you're choosing to work with it, maybe you could ask yourself, how do I honor my body? How do I treat myself respectfully? What do I do when I honor my body? And what do I do when I treat myself respectfully? One way could actually be to show up here. That could be one of the activities that feeds into the mantra that I honor my body and treat myself respectfully. I know all of you have choices. There are a million things you can do today or at this time, and you are choosing to be here. It's a choice you're making. So you're saying, when we say yes to something, We also say no to something else. One more thing. So I have my dog with me here today. She's usually down in the basement when I teach, but she's not feeling well and she's old. And I want to keep her here. So let's see how that works. Okay, so let's get started with the physical practice, the asana practice of our yoga. And taking your seat. When we take our seat, that's often the most important part. It's signing up, choosing to give this practice a try. You don't have to like it. You don't have to feel a certain way. It's a practice. Some days and every day and every time we practice is different. We observe without judgment. Observe, self-observation without judgment, from Swami Kripalu. So taking your seat, if you want to, you can bring your awareness down to your feet, connecting or reminding yourself of the connection to earth. Maybe lifting the heels, lifting the toes. You can keep your eyes closed or open, that's your choice. And then maybe you could come back to neutral, bring your awareness to the crown of your head. If you want to, you can even use your hands and lightly tap on the crown of your head. And then remind yourself of the connection to the universe. And then when you're ready, if you're ready, you could bring your awareness to your solar plexus. You can even use your hand to find that place on your body where your solar plexus is. If you're not sure, you could just play around. Where do I think my solar plexus is? And the third chakra, your individual power. And in yoga, we talk about skillful action. How do I skillfully act? How do I honor my body skillfully? How do I treat myself respectfully? What kind of skills do I need to do that? And then coming back to neutral, bring awareness to your sitting bones. And then maybe shift your weight from sitting bone to sitting bone. Notice that there are two bones there. Sitting on a chair might make it easier for you to feel your sitting bones. You could continue to do this, or maybe if you want to you could do circles. You could go one way or the other way. Or maybe find a completely different way of moving that's unique to you. And then coming back to stillness, inhale, arms up, clasp the hands, turn your hands around. Maybe checking in with the earth and then reaching for the sky. So there are always two opposite forces creating balance. One goes towards the earth and one goes towards the universe, creating balance. And then starting some side bending. Notice how your breath works with the movement. What do you prefer? When do you like to inhale? When do you like to exhale? There is a basic recipe for breathing, and then there are always individual flavors or spices that you add. And then maybe you want to start moving in a circle or some other kind of way. Eventually release the arms. Place your hands on your kidneys. So somewhere there on your back or your kidneys. Breathe into your hands. Breathe into the kidneys, part of the circulatory system. Maybe adding some cat-cow movement here. Inhale for your back bend, exhale around your back. Come back to neutral. Now use your fingers and find the collarbones. And then where the collarbones meet, that's where the manubrium is. You can use your finger to find the manubrium and breathe into that place. And then maybe on the inhale, let the arms open up. And on the exhale, fingers are finding the manubrium again. Inhale, open up. Exhale, bring it back together. Inhale, open up. Exhale, together. And then back to neutral. Okay, now bring your feet into Tadasana feet. Big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Lifting the right knee off the floor, doing some hip circles, opening up the hips. The hips are connected to the water element, second chakra, color is orange, and we have a lot of memory stored in the hips. Now you can, coming into a seated pigeon, use your fingers and place the fingers in between the toes to open up the toes and all the channels of energy in the toes. Maybe move your feet a little bit, sitting up tall, using your elbow to gently guide that knee up high. My right hip is very tight. They're always tight, and especially today. Not sure what's going on. That's okay. I don't have to know. I'm just noticing. Okay, my right hip is very tight today. So how do I honor my body? And how do I treat myself respectfully? I'm not going to push this. I'm going to stay here, observe, breathe into it, be curious. And eventually guidance is going to come. Maybe leaning forward, finding that spot that's tight, and use your breath to breathe into that spot. You could imagine your breath as water, healing water, rinsing, cleaning, healing your body from the inside out. That's a possibility. And then stepping out wide, use your elbows on your knees, and then lengthen the spine. The root is going in one direction, the crown of the head in the opposite. Maybe releasing the hands down, maybe drop the head. Inhale, come back up, shift to the side of the chair, and then start kicking away, kick. Maybe bending the elbows too. So bending the knees, bending the elbows. And then coming back to neutral, Tadasana feet again, big toes to touch, heels slightly apart, lifting the left knee, creating some circles, opening up those hips, allowing memories to come back to the surface and then process it. Sounds simple. Use your fingers to bring the fingers in between the toes to open up all those energy channels in the feet and the toes, using that elbow to gently guide the left knee out. So how does this side feel like for you? My left hip is also tight, but not as tight as the right one. Left part of the body, generally speaking, is the female energy, and the right body is male energy. So both men and women have, both types of energies in us. And we can choose to use that energy. When you're ready, if you're ready, come back up, step out wide, elbows on the knees, lengthen the spine. The root is going, gravity is bringing it to earth, and crown of the head is reaching to the towards the universe. Long spine, long spine. And then maybe if you'd like, you could release your hands down, drop the head. Maybe bringing your awareness to your kidneys, breathing into the kidneys. Inhale, come back up, move to the other side of the chair, kick, kick, kick away, bending the knees, bending the elbows. Balancing and moving at the same time. Okay, and then back to neutral. Okay, let's come to a warrior two on the side. So I'm going to place my feet first. So that foot is pointing straight forward, and the other one is, it's not 90 degrees open, it's like 45 degrees open. So I'm going to place my feet first, and then I'm going to come off the chair for a warrior two. The hips are open, the pelvic calves are opening up. Maybe adding some arms. And then I could, if I wanted to, I could add some movement. Maybe I could imagine myself moving in the water. There's a little bit of resistance in the water, but it's soft around my body. And then finding the chair behind you, come back to seated. And then find the other way. So I'm going to place the feet first. The front foot is pointing straight forward. The back foot is like 45 degrees. And then I'm going to come up, make any adjustments. The pelvic halves are opening up, getting my arms out. And maybe adding some motions with the arms. If you want to, you could imagine that you're moving in the water. So there's some resistance, but it's smooth, it's gentle, it's graceful. And then finding the chair and coming back to seated. Okay, back to neutral. Feet are hip distance apart. We're going to come up to standing. Let's do this first. Warming up the hands a little bit. And then transferring the weight into the feet, moving forward and up, forward and up, forward and up. All right. You could bring your feet a little bit wider than your hips, bending the knees, letting the arms go. Maybe look behind you, let those arms just swing. And then coming back to neutral, arms in cactus, lifting the knees to elbows. Maybe cross the midline. Maybe kick yourself in the butt. And then move whatever works for you. How can you honor your body? How do you treat yourself respectfully? One of the reasons I tell you that you don't have to do what I do is because maybe what I'm doing is not helpful to you. And if you did what I did, you wouldn't respect your body. And then coming to stillness, inhale, arms up, clasp the hands, turn the hands around. And then if you'd like, you could go from side to side. Maybe start moving in circles. Release, place your hands on your kidneys again, somewhere there on your back. Breathe into them, breathe into your hands. Imagine how you're filling your breath, that maybe your breath is water filling your kidneys. And then releasing. Filling on the inhale, releasing on the exhale. All right, use your fingers, find the collarbones, where the collarbones meet, that's where the manubrium is. Inhale, open up. Exhale, arms back to the manubrium. Inhale, open up. Exhale, back to manubrium. One more time. Exhale. All right, let's do a sun A version. So I'd like to start with my feet hip distance apart when I start. You can do that, or you can have big toes to touch, heels slightly apart, your choice. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back to plank pose. Spread your fingers. Spread your toes. Feel the strength here. This is more of a fire posture. Now, bend the knees and the elbows, go in from fire to water, and start moving back and forth. We move, starting with small movements, eventually going all the way to down dog and all the way to up dog. So those are the 2 points we're moving in between. It can be tiny. Maybe you don't like up dog, but you can think about this as an idea. So by honoring my body, maybe I'm not going all the way. Maybe I'm making it small, or maybe I go all the way to the very end of the posture. Maybe that's how I treat myself with respect. Eventually meeting in down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg off the floor. Bend the knee and bring that knee up towards the ceiling. Now start making big circles. Now step that right foot at the side of the chair, and then release the back knee down. Knees touching the chair. Come on your forearm for lizard. My knee is over the ankle. Hips are square, so my right hip is going back and my left hip is going forward. Untuck the back toe. So I'm using my knee and pushing into the chair a little bit, and at the same time releasing down. I'm not completely just giving up. I'm still pulling and releasing at the same time. Skillful action. Okay, now tuck the back toe, engage the core, straighten the back knee, and step back to a forearm plank. Now we're going to try a version of pigeon. I'm going to take that right foot and step it to the left side of the chair. So step it across. And then both knees are going to come down to the floor for like a pigeon. This might be completely new to you and very confusing. If it's confusing, just skip it or do something else for now. We have never tried this before in this class. All right, and then lean onto your elbows, come back up, back into a forearm plank. Walk the feet up towards a dolphin posture. Pit of the arm, the armpits are moving towards your feet. Bend your knees and come back up to standing. Okay, let's try the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back to plank pose. This is more of a fire posture. Strength, individual strength, power. And then by bending the knees and the elbows, we move back into water. And then going back and forth, back and forth. You know where the full postures are. You know where we're heading. Doesn't mean you're going to go there today. Maybe you go all the way to down dog. Maybe you go all the way to up dog. That's your choice. How can you honor your body? How can you treat yourself respectfully in this class? It's a practice. Eventually meeting in down dog. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Open up the pelvic halves, bend the knee. The knee is pointing towards the sky. Start making some circles with that knee. And then stepping the left foot outside of the chair. Release the back knee down, come down on your forearms. Checking my alignment. So my left knee is over the left ankle, somewhere there. Now I can use the chair. So I'm using the chair. I'm pushing my left knee into the chair, keeping my hips square. And then at the same time, letting that left knee travel forward. Opening up the right hip flexor. Tuck the back toe, straighten the back knee, step back to forearm plank. Now, that left foot, I'm going to step into the right side of my mat. We're trying a version of pigeon. And then both knees are going to come down towards the floor. Maybe I untuck that toe. Maybe I'm walking that right foot back, finding a version of pigeon. My hips are square. I don't want to go too far. And we can use here, we're using the chair. It's an awesome system to keep myself in a place of respect that's helpful to me. If I go too far down, I'm just gonna like collapse into the posture, and that is not gonna help me. Tuck the back toe, come up, back up to forearm plank, walk the feet forward, armpits towards my feet, finding a dolphin. Bend the knees, come back up. Okay, now big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale to chair pose, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Shift the weight to the left leg, right heel comes off the floor. Take a big step back, find the earth behind you with your toes, open up the pelvic halves. Checking with my feet, the front foot is pointing forward and the back foot is like 45-degree open. Finding warrior two, arms comes out, add some movement. Maybe you're moving in water. What would that feel like? What is the water like? What kind of water do you like? Is it cold? Is it warm? Is it salt? Is it fresh? Maybe brackish? Maybe you like to stay in one place and just send the water flowing over you or around you. Eventually, we're going to find Ardha Chandrasana. So I'm going to move forward. I'm going to hold on to the chair, lifting the back foot up, looking at the toes. You can stay here, or if you wanted to, you could bend the standing leg, dip the foot, and come back up. Outer hip is working. You could try to bring that back foot even higher, higher, higher. I feel my outer hip working hard now. And then back to standing. Let's try the other side. Back, big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale to chair pose, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Weight in the right leg, left heel comes off the floor. Take a big step back, open up the pelvic halves, check your feet. I'm building my city from the foundation, from the feet up, from the base up, adding arms. Maybe moving in the water, or maybe standing still in the water and just notice how the water is flowing around your body. All right, moving into Ardha Chandrasana, holding onto the chair, lifting that back leg, look at the toes. You can stay here, or you can bend and dip and lift, dip and lift. Maybe standing, maybe lifting that back leg a little bit higher. I feel a lot of things going on in my outer hip. And then back to standing. Okay, standing close to the chair. Inhale to chair pose, slowly, slowly coming back to a seated position. Bring the feet wide. Elbows on the knees, lengthening the spine. Dropping down. Inhale back up, one last posture. So bring the soles of the feet together, come to the front of the chair, soles of the feet together, sit up tall, tall, tall. Walk the sitting bones back, lengthen the spine, and then fold forward. Inhale, come back up, and then back where we started. Okay, let's move on to the Yoga Nidra part of it. You know the drill. It can be done seated. I prefer to do it laying down. And it's nice to have a bolster under your knees. It gives the lower back a little bit of a break. And then you're going to be laying still for like 25 minutes, which means you probably want a sweater on, or maybe a blanket, maybe socks. And I am reading a guided meditation. You don't have to follow me. Once again, how do you honor your body? How do you treat yourself respectfully? That could be by not going where I'm suggesting. There are two concepts we work with in this program. One is the inner sanctuary, and the other is sankalpa. An inner sanctuary is a place within you that's always safe. So if I take you to a place like you're like, uh-oh, been there, done that, don't want to go there again, you can go to your inner sanctuary. And the other one is sankalpa. And sankalpa is your heart's longing. What is your heart's true longing? And the mantras are sometimes a help, like the mantras is a guide or a question. Is this your heart's longing? And today, the mantra that I'm working with is, I honor my body and treat myself respectfully. So maybe my heart's longing today is that I honor my body and treat myself respectfully. Okay, let's do this. Let your body sink down into the floor. Feel the earth underneath you, holding and supporting you, rising up to softly cradle you. At this time, nothing else matters. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Remain still for deep nourishment. Repeat these words in your mind. I am awake and aware. I am awake and aware. Now, imagine yourself in a sacred place that feels peaceful and friendly, protected and supportive. It may be outside in nature, somewhere inside, or an imaginary place. This is your inner sanctuary. At any time during practice, you can guide yourself back here. If anything feels odd or too intense, go back to your inner sanctuary. Your inner sanctuary is always here. It is a part of who you are. Now go inward, deep inside, and listen. Listen to your heart. Deep listening. What does it say? What is your heart's deepest longing? What does your heart desire? From your heart's longing, create a positive statement in present tense as though it's already happening. Now, state your heart's wish 3 times to yourself as the truth. Bring awareness to your belly. Notice your navel center. Notice the expansion on the inhale and the soft release on the exhale. Navel rising on the inhale, yielding to earth on exhale. From your navel center, bring awareness to your pelvis, hips, upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, top of your feet, all 10 toes. Sense the soles of your feet. Notice your heels. Feel the calves, back of knees, hamstrings, sacrum, hip bones, and lower belly. From your lower belly, bring awareness to the back of your pelvic halves, sacrum, lower back, kidneys, lungs, heart, manubrium. Notice collarbones, shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, top of your hands, all 10 fingers. Sense palms of your hands. Bring awareness to your throat center, neck, back of head, crown of head, forehead. Notice your mind's eye. Bring awareness to your jaw. Notice the back of your tongue. Roof of your mouth. Teeth. Lips. Notice the sensation in your mouth, receiving taste. Bring awareness to your back body, side of the body facing the ground, back body. And now feel your front body, side of the body facing the sky, front body. Now feel right arm and left leg, right arm and left leg together. Now feel left arm and right leg, left arm and right leg together. Feel your whole body now, all parts together, all together as the whole. Feel your whole body. Now, notice breath in your back body. Breath filling your belly from the back. With every inhale, the lake in your belly grows wider and higher. Breath filling your belly like water filling a lake. Now imagine your body cool. Experience coolness spreading in your body. Like cold water flowing over your feet, rinsing and cleaning. Now imagine warmth in your body. Experience warmth spreading in your body. Remember a time when you felt warm, like being in the sun. Body is warm, breath is cool. You sit on a flat rock with your feet in running water. You have walked for a long time. Your toes are sore, soles bruised, and heels full of blisters. The cold water feels good on your tired body. You notice how the water washes and rinses around your feet. You heal quickly. You look out over the fast-flowing river. Winter is approaching and colorful leaves are dancing on the moving surface. Effortlessly, the water carries them down the stream. You count them. One leaf catches your attention. You look at the shape, color, and the patterns of the veins. It travels further away. You see it disappear in the distance. You wait. Another leaf stirs your curiosity. You observe the movements and direction. This too passes by. Both leaves taking journeys that aren't yours. You close your eyes and feel the wind on your cheek. It's getting chilly. You pull your sweater closer around your body and let your mind drift. You fall asleep. You hear the moving water underneath you. The large leaf carries you carefully down the river. The edges are curled up and protects you from the cold water. You look at the rain-filled clouds above you. Anytime now, they are ready to release their gift to Earth. You notice a change of pace. The river is slowing down. The temperature is dropping, and your leaf comes to a slow stop. The water surrounding you is turning to ice, and it's time to leave. You wait, and then you carefully step onto the clear and thick enough ice. It supports you. You start gliding. You notice a sensation of joy rising in your body, and soon you find yourself skating and dancing on the frozen lake. Your cheeks are red, and your body is warm from movement. You reach the other side of the lake. You stop. You bend down to take your skates off. Carefully, you step off the ice and onto a small dock. You look out over the landscape. The snow-covered trees, the roaming river, and then the orange flowers blooming in the green grass. It's confusing. You take a few steps forward, and then you stop. You look to the left, you look to the right. You notice how you feel. Your body guides you. All your cells gently show you the way. You listen, decide, and then you start walking. It feels freeing, following your own journey, making adjustments on the way. The trail takes you up and down over snow-covered hills, around resting trees and solid rocks. The sun climbs higher and the icicles start melting. You hear the dripping. Drops turn into puddles that turn into streams. You follow the flowing water. The snow melts away and exposes the earth to the power of the sun. Together, earth, water, and fire create again. You honor the wisdom in your body and respectfully celebrate your choices. Now, remember your heart's longing. The positive statement you set at the beginning of practice. Repeat it 3 times to yourself, as though it's already happening. Let this truth fill every cell of your body. Notice all the space around you. Sense the space within you. Feel the sense of calm confidence, whole and complete. Notice that part of you that is the witness. The one who has observed your body, breath, and journey. And now begin to notice thoughts and feelings flowing through your awareness again. Notice your breath. Feel its rhythm and pace. Invite your breath to deepen now. Feel yourself reawakening. Become aware of your body, your physical body resting on earth. Before moving, just sense your hands. Now begin to wiggle your fingers. Notice your feet. Wiggle your toes. Gently rock your head from side to side. A slow awakening. Deep breath into your belly. And slowly roll to your left hand side. Press your hands into the floor and come up to a comfortable seated position. Lengthen your spine. Take a full breath in and let it go. And then bring your hands up in Anjali Mudra, holding your own heart in between your hands with love and compassion. Gently bow your head in gratitude for this practice, thousands of years old. Thank your inner guide, your past, present, and future teachers, and all the people that are joining you on this journey. Allow your eyes to slowly open. Raise your gaze. And thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.
Hi, everyone. This is Z from Yonkers Public Library. Thanks so much to Sally Pinto and Alexis and Barbara from Newark. Thank you to our community partners, WJCS, the City of Yonkers Office for the Aging, Westchester County Legislator Ruth Walter, Friends of Crestwood Library, and Yonkers Public Library for making this phenomenal partnership. And we thank each and every one of you for being part of our wellness community. Be well, stay well.